So hello there, welcome to Damon's Trains and Travels, most of the video, and in this video I'll be showing you another collection of mine, and it's 6 figures that came free with Kellogg's Cornflakes, and it is the characters from the Magic Roundabout, the 2005 film that came out, so actually 20 years old this year. So it was a French cartoon, and then later on it came to the UK and it was dubbed in English, and there's 6 characters here. And I used to watch it every single morning. I remember it used to be on Channel 4 in the mornings, the English version, obviously. And I quite liked it, and it was made using stop motion. And also on Channel 4 in the mornings, I remember the Hoobs used to be on as well. And I quite like these. And there was 2 other characters, well, I call main characters, that aren't included. So that's Florence, who was the girl, and the train. And obviously I quite like the train, and I actually saw this one of it here at the Locomotion Museum in Chiltern quite a few years ago. And the train isn't included, but I can sort of understand because it would be too big, because these are actually pencil toppers. So they've got bits under them when you put them on the pen. And also there's like these little red ball type buttons on the back, and when you move them you can make the heads move around. So 6 characters altogether. So you've got Zeebad, who was Zebedee's arch enemy. He looks a bit like Zebedee, but he's blue and dressed a bit differently. And then my favourite one would probably have to be Dougal, the dog, out of all these. But apart from Zeebad, these are all the main characters that were in the original animated version. So like I said, the train and Florence haven't been included. And the train didn't run on rails, it just ran round on the path, on like the roads and things like that. Didn't have any rails to guide it. And also I've got these other toys from the Magic Roundabout that came out at McDonald's in 2001, along with a load of other children's favourite characters like Rupert Bear, Captain Pugwash and all that as well. So these come out in 2005, and they came free with packs of cereal. And obviously as I've got them, I thought I might as well show you them. And you've probably seen these in the background of some of my other videos, other than the model railway shows, and I agree they're not all in scale. However, you know, when it's for the children, you know, I don't think a lot of them really sort of care if they're in scale or not. It's something for them to look at. And I'm not the only person that's done it. I went to Russian a few years ago, and there's this model railway layout by the Corby Model Railway Club that I've seen a few times, and that's done a similar thing as well with children's characters, even though they're not all in scale. But again, just nice to look at, I think. So that was sort of my inspiration behind putting all the characters together. And also Peter Kay's Animated All-Star Band, which featured a number of other characters from children's shows as well. So that was part of my inspiration, as to putting them all together as well, all the figures and that as well. So like I said, yeah, they're not all in scale, but I think these are all really nice to look at. I do like all these. And like I said, my favourite one would be Dougal, but like I said, my only criticism would be, I always remember Dougal had his red tongue sticking out all the time, which this one doesn't, but, you know, I think they're okay. You know, they were not always going to be perfect. And I don't know now if you actually get any plastic toys with cereal now, like you used to. I don't actually eat cereal myself. The only reason I managed to get some is because my sister did, and then other people that I knew did, and then again, just going to charity shops and stalls and things like that, I managed to find all these and that, so I've collected them all over the years, and other members of the family gave them to me and that as well. That's how I managed to get all these, so I was quite lucky, really. And Ermintrude as well, I always remember she had like a daisy in her mouth, like a flower. And so again, this hasn't been included, but this is, to say, more based upon the CGI animated film version. And you know, personally, I prefer the stop motion. I think there's just something about stop motion that's a lot better. And like I said, although they weren't included in Peter Kay's Animated All-Star Band, like I said, they have been in McDonald's. McDonald's has done other children's favourite characters as well, where these haven't been included. But then also there was a advert I remember in the very early sort of 2000s, noughties, and it was about future generations for BBC. You can see it on here on YouTube. I won't show it to you, but here's a screenshot of it. And again, it featured a number of other different children's characters on it that you may recognise. And the Magic Roundabout characters were included, but I believe that they were all new models for that. They weren't the exact ones that were used in the original films. They'd been specially made for this. So they have been included in lots of other things as well. And I've seen the Magic Roundabout referenced loads of times. And when the film came out in 2005, I remember there being loads of merchandise and toys and things like that, obviously including these. But here's a better look at all these, and thank you very much for watching.